Occasionally in comic books, much like every other industry in this world, we are treated to a collaborative dream team. Grant Morrison and Frank Whiteley are Neil Gaiman and J.H. Williams III's, kind of like Shaq and Kobe or Gretzky and Messier. Let's go Rangers. Recently, we were just treated to a new independent science fiction bromance for the ages from veteran creator, superstar Mark Millar and up-and-coming superstar artist Sean Murphy. And that's what we're here to talk about today. Yes, a new Image #1 once again. And who am I to be talking about stuff like this? The goddamn comic book Mustache. Hola, senors and senoritas. I am that mustachio bandito, the self-declared comic book mustache. Check out the comic book mustache. He's the baddest motherfucker that you probably ever met. And now, the comic book mustache, he's got nothing else to do, so he's bringing this to you. Listen up, bro, chacho. Accept no imitations. I am the original, and I am bringing this straight to you. Check out the comic book mustache. He's the baddest motherfucker that you probably ever met. And now, the comic book mustache, he's got nothing else to do, so he's bringing this to you. Check out the comic book mustache. He's the baddest motherfucker that you probably... Hola, senors and senoritas. Oh, my little baby precious mustache angels out there in funny book land. I am that mustachio bandito, the self-declared comic book mustache, here today to talk to you about yet another Image #1, another reason that I will be going broke shortly, but this one is Chrononauts #1 by Mark Millar and Sean Murphy. Mark Millar is a superstar, not just in comics, but also in the movie industry. A lot of his comic books are almost like pitches for films. Kick-Ass, Secret Service recently was turned into The Kingsman, and also Civil War's being made next year. And Sean Murphy is an up-and-coming superstar artist. He's worked with Scott Snyder, Grant Morrison, you name it. He is really great creator. This book had a ton of hype behind it. It'd been advertised for months in previews, and Image has been pushing it big. So let's take a look at the story first and jump into a review on Chrononauts #1. Chrononauts tells the tale of two best friends, two regular old bros who are also genius scientists, and they invent these suits that act as time travel machines where they can go throughout history to all different times and ages, and they're bringing a camera crew along the way, so the entire world is watching them, much like we watched Neil Armstrong land on the moon so many years ago. Mark Millar, there's two Mark Millars. There's the old Mark Millar, where he was very gruff and very violent and cursed a lot and was just gruesome, almost exploitive to a point. But over the past about 2 years, I feel Mark Millar has kind of had a transition where he's gotten a little softer, but in a very good way. He allows us to feel and empathize more for these characters because they're a little bit more realistic. You can kind of believe these people would exist. Look at Kick-Ass compared to Starlight last year, which was an adorable miniseries that I did with Gordon Parloff that actually brought a little bit of tears to my eyes, single tear like a Native American. This book definitely could believe these characters were real, not the scientific genius stuff, but they are bros, and it was hilarious when they were broing out, bro. Bro, it was so funny, bro. Stuff like that. They are misogynistic, they like the ladies. Definitely could believe it. These guys definitely juicing their pecs before jumping in front of those cameras and traveling through time. Their dialogue was really good and believable, bro. And there was a real sense of adventure and fun in this issue. I mentioned in my previous review from Southern Cross #1 that it fell into something I like to call a case of first issue syndrome, where they spend so much time worrying about developing the world and the backstory that we kind of lose focus of what's actually happening. And it takes a couple issues to kind of enjoy the story for what it is. This had no BS exposition or backstory. We did get some, but it went by very quick and it fit in with the pace. And we jumped right into this fun adventure with a bunch of characters that we actually really liked. So Mark Millar has been doing a great job kind of transitioning into this really subtly humanizing author, as opposed to this kind of exploitive nutcase that he was a few years ago, or the big superhero guy he was when he was working at Marvel. Writing was great, script was great, but what was really amazing, was Sean Murphy's art. Those motherfucking pages, bro. Pretty dope shit and pretty unique. Sean Murphy has definitely developed a style of his own. It is very detailed. You can see everything. There's great expressionism on characters' faces, their builds, but it's also kind of scratchy and rough around the edges. I really like it. You can almost see the brush strokes and the pencil marks in a lot of the images that he draws. And Matt Hollingsworth did the colors on this issue, and they fit perfectly with Sean Murphy's beautiful pages and page layouts. They had previously worked together on the miniseries The Wake, written by Scott Schneider. Murphy and Hollingsworth are definitely an amazing collaborative art team in the comic industry right now. Aside from the cool faces and the backgrounds and everything that Murphy just fucking nailed, there were some really cool ideas of technology that he had drawn for us. Time travel doesn't exist. Time machines don't really exist right now. So that's completely far-fetched science fiction stuff that you have to create on your own. And Murphy did a really cool job. And when they were showing the prototypes of some of the old time travel devices, it was pretty funny because the DeLorean from Back to the Future was there. There was the H.G. Wells classic time machine, and there was the Bill and Ted phone booth. So the humor was definitely there, both in the art and in the writing especially. Very fun stuff. Sean Murphy, cool, rough around the edges, but detailed style. One of a kind, really amazing, considering how much I really enjoyed the script to this. And it's just another example of how Mark Millar has grown up over the past few years. Can't wait to get more from him, and how much I enjoy Sean Murphy's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful art. Please check out Joe the Barbarian, which he drew and Grant Morrison wrote. So I love Sean Murphy. I love this script, and I am going to be giving this comic, number Chrononauts, number uno, the perfect 5 sombrero rating. If you want to check out comic books such as Chrononauts #1 or anything else, go to comicshoplocator.com, type in your zip code, and find a comic store nearest to you. Or you can download your comics digitally for the instant gratification. I use the Comixology app. It's available for both iOS, Android, Google, pretty much every marketplace under the sun. Or you can just go check out your local library. They have a great selection. It's free, and knowledge is power. Please subscribe to my channel for more comic book and comic book related content. I have a little bit of a contest going on. I would love for some people to participate. Go back a couple videos in my feed and check out the contest. You will control my channel for an entire week. That's right, creative control, and I will be delivering the content. And until I see you next time, remember, the richest man is not he who hath the most, It's he who hath the biggest mustache. Adios, brochachos.